Hey guys, welcome back to the Bodhi tree where enlightenment is guaranteed. This is Shekhar. I have done my BTech as well as MTech from IIT Madras and I have scored a 770 in the old pattern GMAT. In this video, we are going to see exactly that. That is the difference between your old pattern GMAT and GMAT Focus Edition. Also, we are going to see detailed differences in the syllabus. Alright, we'll make a separate video for your syllabus part, but in this video we are going to see the major changes that are there that you'll have to consider while preparing for GMAT Focus Edition. Don't worry, GMAT Focus Edition is a boon to the Indian candidates. We'll see how that is, and also we are going to see the eligibility for GMAT. Alright, this is a common question that is asked. I know it's a very basic question, but it's okay, we'll clear that as well. What is the eligibility that is needed in order to take your GMAT exam? Alright, let's jump directly into the video. If you have any kind of doubts, guys, always we encourage to get your doubts cleared. Reason being, even if you feel that it's a small doubt or it's a stupid doubt, that doubt can bubble into a large doubt and that doubt can then hamper your chances of clearing GMAT. Alright, so get your doubts cleared as soon as you get a doubt in your mind. Whatever kind of doubts, ask them in the comment section below. Let's directly jump into the video. Let's look at the old pattern GMAT. What were the things that were included in the old pattern GMAT? We'll look at each section individually. Alright, so AWA, Analytical Writing Assessment, that was a part of the old pattern and it was for 30 minutes. Alright, so it was for 30 minutes. The question types were analysis of an argument or an issue essay, and the score range was from 0 to 6 with an increment of 0.5 points. Alright, then there was also integrated reasoning. Again, these two sections were just there as a part of your exam, even though they were not considered in your actual score. Alright, so integrated reasoning, again there were the number of questions were 12 IR. Time was 30 minutes. Again, it was more of, if you guys are familiar with the CAT exam, it's more of your data interpretation. So it included graphics interpretation, table analysis, multi-source reasoning and two-part analysis. Alright, so the score range was from 1 to 8 with a 1 point increment, and then there were the two major sections that were included as a part of your actual exam, and the score was also included. So quantitative reasoning and as well as verbal reasoning. So the quantitative reasoning had 31 questions, verbal reasoning had 36 questions, 62 minutes and 65 minutes. Data sufficiency as well as the problem solving was more of word problems and data sufficiency. Alright, so these two were the major portion, the major chunk of your quantitative reasoning. Again, data sufficiency and word problems are not topics, they are type of questions. So topics included, in arithmetic you had time, speed and distance, you had time and work. There are multiple arithmetic topics that were included, as well as algebra, as well as modern maths, as well as geometry. So we'll see what is included or excluded from GMAT Focus Edition. So guys, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this, but I would suggest there's no need, because this is from the old pattern. You can take a screenshot of the new pattern, that is GMAT Focus Edition. Again, the scoring was from 6 to 51 with 1 point increment, similar for verbal reasoning. Let's move on to the Focus Edition now, and we'll compare the two at the end. Alright, so what has changed, how you need to change your strategy, how you need to start your prep. We'll look at all that at the end of the video. Now let's look at the Focus Edition. So you might see initially here there were 4 rows, right? And here there are only 3 rows. So that is a major change. We'll see what that exactly is. So there's a new section called Data Insights. There's nothing to worry about. They have just renamed integrated reasoning as Data Insights, and they've also added data sufficiency in that. So data sufficiency is not there anymore as a part of quantitative reasoning. So you can see there's no data sufficiency in quantitative reasoning, but there's data sufficiency in data insights. So the kind of question that can be asked has changed. So we'll go step by step. Data insights, there are 20 questions, time is 45 minutes. If you see here, the time duration is 60, 122, 187 minutes. So that is 3 hours and 7 minutes. So the time has significantly gone down. So for 20 questions you get 45 minutes. Here for 31 questions you used to get 62 minutes. So each question you had 2 minutes. Here, for each question, you have more than 2 minutes. So the question types, again, data insights. Alright, so that was data insights. I should compare it with integrated reasoning. I shouldn't compare it with quantitative reasoning. So integrated reasoning, for 12 questions you had 30 minutes. So for each question, 12 twos are 24, 2.5 minutes. Here, for 20 questions, you have 45 minutes. So if you do 45 divided by 20, it's 240. So the time has gone down. So it's 2.25 minutes. So earlier it was 2.5 minutes, now it's 2.25 minutes. So not an issue, alright, we'll see what the strategy should be. So multi-source reasoning, table analysis, graphics interpretation, two-part analysis is same as it was here. Data sufficiency has gone from here to the data insight part. The question types have changed. The scoring range has also changed. It is from 60 to 90 with 1 point increment. Similarly for quantitative reasoning, so here the quantitative reasoning you used to get 2 minutes exactly. Here you are getting more than 2 minutes, a little above 2 minutes. Arithmetic, algebra, geometry has been excluded, guys. There's no geometry in quantitative reasoning of GMAT focus edition. So 60 to 90, 1 point increment. You can see the scoring is now more uniform. It is uniform across all three sections. And the major difference is this: all three sections will be included in your score, guys. Here in the old pattern, only these two sections were included in your actual GMAT score, but here all three sections will be included. You need to keep that in mind. So I hope you have understood the basic difference between GMAT focus edition as well as the old pattern GMAT. Now let's see how it affects your strategies or how it affects the Indian students. Guys, so if you need, you can take a screenshot of this. I suggested that there's no need to take a screenshot of the old pattern GMAT, but you can take a screenshot of this. If you feel that this is helpful, take a screenshot, print it out, stick to your wall. Before continuing with what exactly is the difference between focus edition and the old pattern GMAT and how your strategies of your prep as well as taking mocks need to change, we have an important announcement for you, and that is all the GMAT, GRE, SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, PT and DET bundles are officially live. Before enrolling for any of the Bodhi Trees bundles, you need to check out the trial lessons. The link to the trial lessons in the description box below. We are starting off with new batches for GRE, GMAT, all the international exams that are mentioned here from 20th of May. Before enrolling for any of the Bodhi Trees bundles, please do check out the trial lessons, the link to which is in the description box below. Also, if you are targeting fall intake, alright, for any of your dream B schools or your dream master school, please start your prep ASAP. Alright, if you're targeting your fall intake, it's high time you start your prep. Hence, we have started off with a new batch from 20th of May. So now the number of sections, earlier there were 4 and now there are only 3 sections, and as you can see, the timing has gone down too. So the earlier exam was for 3 hours 7 minutes and now it's only 135 minutes, which is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So the time has reduced too also. So the sections have gone down. The portion has gone down too, guys. Like I said, GMAT focus edition, major, like many topics have been removed totally from your syllabus. Like your geometry has been removed already. They still do consider coordinate geometry as part of your con, so I would suggest we don't totally remove that from your study syllabus. You need to study that, but geometry as such has been removed. We'll make, if you want, we'll make a separate video as to discuss individual topics regarding the portion, what was there earlier, what is not there this time, or what is included this time. We can make a separate video on that. Do let us know in the comment section below. Scores, like I mentioned earlier, only 2 sections were included earlier. Now they are including all the 3 sections. Okay. Time, 3 hours 7 minutes, 2 hours 15 minutes. Time has gone down significantly. Marking scheme, the old marking scheme was 200 to 800. Now it's 205 to 805. If we see the historical scoring that we have seen, the Indians are comparatively scoring well. We'll see what's the reason for that exactly. And also if you're targeting, let's say Harvard, for example, if let's say earlier for Harvard the score 750 was, for example, was considered good, now the score has gone down. The cutoff score is now like 730. It's gone down. The reason being, like I said, Indians are faring well in the GMAT Focus edition, and hence you should take GMAT Focus edition. There are other colleges in India like ISBs or SP Gens that admit through the GMAT score. But the major reason why the Indians are scoring well as opposed to the other counterpart across the world is that there's more focus on cons now due to data insights and due to quantitative reasoning. Even for data insights, you need to be good with numbers. Alright, you need to be good with data, and hence Indians are faring well. Those who are good with cons, obviously, if you have studied your cons for your CAT, for your MBA CET, or you have studied cons in your 11th, your 12th, then you will be able to do well in GMAT. Obviously, you will have to start from the basics, and we are there to help you out. But that is not the only difference. Let's look at what other difference is there. Take a screenshot of this if you think that this is helpful. Difficulty, yes, like I said, I've already talked about difficulty. We have left this blank purposely. So the Indians are faring well. Alright, so Indians are faring well due to those, so the people who are not from mathematical background, let's say they are not your engineers, or they are not from your maths background, they are not from your science background, those are who are into BBAs and BComs and the arts, right? For them it's still difficult because you have to start your cons from level 0, right? The engineers have to start their cons from, let's say, level 2, level 3. So even for you it's still difficult because there's more weightage to cons now. But overall Indians are faring well in GMAT Focus edition, and just because there's a lot of heavy numbers involved in GMAT Focus edition, the counterpart, like the people outside India, are finding it a tad difficult, hence the cutoff has gone down. Like I said, if 700 was a good score for a particular college or a university, now the score is considered to be 670 to 680, which is considered to be a good score. I hope that is clear. Sectional order was fixed earlier. They used to give you 3 options that you could choose from, but this is a big change. GMAT Focus edition, you can choose your order. You want to do your data insights first, you want to do your cons first, you want to do your verbal first. It's totally up to you. You can change the order. We'll make a separate video on the strategy, like what should be your mock taking strategy or practice exam taking strategy. But I would suggest, if let's say cons is your strong suit, then you should start with cons. If you feel that verbal is your strong suit, you should start with verbal. Alright, whatever is your strength, start with that particular section. Review. So this is something new. Once answered questions could not be reviewed in the GMAT old edition. Here you can change your answer. You can, review even after going through entire lot. You can review. Alright, review as in you can change. Okay, maybe after half an hour you realize you had made a mistake in the question that you answered. You can change it at the end. Also, you can take a screenshot of this if you feel this is helpful. So I hope we have given you a brief idea as to what's the difference between GMAT old edition as well as Focus edition. Now let's jump into the eligibility aspect. Eligibility as such for GMAT is very easy. See, this for the age criteria, you need to be greater than or equal to 18. If you are between 13 to 70, they need a consent from your guardians, from your parents. Qualification. GMAT is probably the only exam out there that doesn't check your qualification for writing your exam. Most of the students are final year students of their graduation, but there's no qualification requirement for taking the exam. But obviously, while applying for colleges, let's say you want to get into Stanford, Chicago Booth, Harvard, whatever your dream-based school is, if you want to get into K-Logs, they have requirements. Obviously, because it's a post-graduation course, MBA is a post-graduation course. Basic requirement would be that you have completed your graduation, be it from India, be it from outside India, be it from USA. So qualification as such is not there for taking the exam, but for getting into colleges, universities, schools, there's a qualification requirement. Same case again for your grad score. There is no significant importance to your grad score for taking the exam. If you have just cleared your graduation, if you have not cleared your graduation, does not matter. For taking the exam, obviously again then getting into your dream B school, there will be a selection criteria there will be weightage for your grad score as well. Based on your grad score, your profile, your SOPs, your LORs, everything, they are going to give you an admission. Language, again, language is not a barrier. They do not care whether you have done your graduation in Marathi, in Hindi, in English, in Gujarati, in any South Indian language, right? Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada. It does not matter what, if you have done it in Chinese, does not matter, alright? As long as you are comfortable with English, alright, because the GMAT exam is going to be in English. Obviously, there will be VARC, separate verbal ability section as well, which will be in English. Work experience, it's not necessary that you need to have work experience. Work experience will come into play when you are shortlisting your colleges, when they are handing out your, calling you out for admission process, when they are giving you the admits, alright. So that is when work experience will come into play, but it is not necessary for taking the GMAT exam. I hope the eligibility criteria makes sense. If you have any kind of doubts regarding GMAT, GMAT focus edition, or eligibility criteria, ask them in the comment section below. Like I said earlier, we have started off with new batches, and also do check out the trial lessons before enrolling for any of the Bodhi Trees bundles. This is a Bodhi Vision sheet, that is your cheat sheet for cons section. This is like we have included everything, so this was created from the point of view of GMAT old edition, so hence there's geometry as well. You can skip geometry, or you can use this sim for your CAT exams or for MBA CET exams. The link to this is in the description box below. Also, if you're not sure what MBA suits you, like if you want to pursue finance, if you want to take marketing, operations, HR, IT, so this MBA specialization test will be helpful for you to help you choose your specialization. The link to which is in the description box below. Why is this helpful, or why do you need to do this? If you have no work experience, or even if you have, let's say, work experience in finance and you want to do your MBA in marketing, then you will be able to do short courses, certifications in that particular field that you are planning to choose, alright? So it will be helpful for you to showcase during your interviews or during your SOPs. Also, we conduct a weekly quiz. So the question difficulties will be for your GMATs, for your GREs, for other MBA entrance exams as well. Also, do take this exam every Sunday between 2 to 3 p.m. without fail, and it's just a 20-minute exam. Why are we doing this? So that we will be prepared for our sectional mocks, then we'll be prepared for our final, that is the full length mocks. So we'll start from the basics, that is the small exam, and then we'll slowly move towards the larger exam, that is the full length mocks. And also we give out the cash prizes. So you're not only learning, but you are earning as well every Sunday between 2 to 3 p.m. That's it for this video, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to click on the like button. Also, share the video. Also, subscribe to the Bodhi Tree channel, that is the International Odyssey. And if you have any doubts, get your doubts cleared in the comment section below. Also, you will see on the screen our Telegram group and channel, and why you should join the Telegram group and channel. Obviously, it's for free, is because we post quants, VARC and data insight questions every day, which is a part of our daily quiz without fail. It's a community, right? So if you have any doubts regarding your prep, you can get your doubts cleared over there. We have our doubt solving faculty as well as students who are preparing for GMATs, their GREs. Instagram, we post daily news analysis, which will be helpful from your interview perspective. And then there's our YouTube channel where we post such videos on a daily basis. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's it for this video, guys. See you in the next video.